Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a good morning. It is currently 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning. I just got off work. Sorry, my voice is a little hoarse. Okay, I'm kind of losing my voice. And I've been working a shutdown, so my sinuses are like full of dust, and it makes my voice just not work right. But anyway, in my last video, I showed you guys the new daily, the Integra, and I mentioned it has some problems. Well, some of those problems are that, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. So, look at it. This looks good, doesn't it? Doesn't it just look good? Yeah, she's relatively. But one of the problems I was talking about is there's a clunking whenever the weight shifts. Also, it needs to be lowered a little. But when I figured out what it was. So, this came off of the EG over here. I came off the passenger side of the EG, but the exact same control arm is on the Integra, and on both the driver and passenger side, I had the same problem. These bushings, yeah, they sit here. The control arms, obviously, there's no bushing in there, right? So it's just rocking back and forth like this. These old rubber bushings that they put in these from the factory, from the Skunk 2, they wear out and they get dry rotted and just fall out. And that's exactly what has happened to this car. It's like I was driving it the day that I bought it, and it just kind of like darted to the other side of the road, and I couldn't steer it. So what I got is I got some K-tuned control arms, and they're pretty nice. This is for the passenger side, but yeah, these look pretty nice, and the whole ball joint is serviceable on these. Like, you can remove the whole ball joint. Whereas I guess you can on the Skunk 2 ones too, but it's just better. This just seems more better. I also got spherical bushings for them, so you don't have to worry about it falling out or dry rotting and coming out ever again. But looks like these are advanced, like just out of the box. They're set up like full positive, so I'm probably gonna move them to right and round in the center. We'll see. But anyway, I'll show you what it looks like after I get them on the car. All right, so with about 45 minutes worth of work, this is where we're at. Driver's side is done. Driver's side's done. And I also lowered the coilovers about 1.5 inches. Still a little high, but it's functional for a daily, and that's all I really want. That's all this car is really gonna be, is just a fun, cool daily. But the driver's side's done. Now I gotta take apart the passenger side and do it. And yeah, so also it's real fun. It's real fun adjusting coilovers without the coilover spanner wrenches. Yep, you just use a flathead and knock it loose, and then twist the lower part of the coilover. Like the lower housing, just twist it. But this car has Yonaka coilovers on it, and they're not bad, but they're not the best. Like, just trying to get the ride height kind of dialed to where I really want it. usable at, but they're pretty soft, and the damping isn't adjustable as far as I know. I don't see any way of adjusting the damping on them, so there's that. But they're pretty soft because they're pretty bouncy. Might look into some more one day, but right now we're just gonna roll with it. So on this side, you can see what I'm talking about. See, hold on, focus. All right, focus. The bushing is completely gone, and yeah, I can move the whole spindle. So that's why we're changing them out. Cool. Looks like we got some Megan lower control arms. Those bushings aren't in great shape either, but we'll replace those one day too. Alright, so the passenger side is on, and show you what that looks like. Right, so the K-tuned arms are on. Sorry, it is a little dirty under here. I live on a dirt road, and good thing these K-tuned arms come, most control arms when you buy them come with new cotter pins, but do not forget to put those in. Both sides that I just took off had no cotter pin in them, and yeah, it's pretty sketchy, because if that nut backs off, you're looking at some trouble. But anyway, when you order K-tuned camber kits or upper control arms, check. There's a little piece of cardboard that comes inside of your box. On the bottom side of that cardboard, your cotter pins are taped to it. So don't forget your cotter pins. We also lowered the passenger side to match the driver's side. And what I'm talking about adjusting coilovers without having a on an Integra or a Civic. Anyway, when you don't have the little spanner wrenches to loosen these up, I don't mess with these. I just make sure they're tight, because that's your preload for your spring. I don't mess with those. This collar right here, that's the one that you loosen, right? So to loosen it, you just stick your flathead in there and then tap the end of it with a hammer, and it'll come loose, and then you can spin it by hand up to where you want it. Then with the fork loose down here, taken completely off the body of the coilover, you can just rotate this until it comes up and matches. Then to tighten it back up, same thing. Sure, flathead in the groove and give it a couple taps until it's pretty tight. And you got to be careful on Integras because they have ABS. So there's your ABS wires. You got to be careful when you pull the control arm out, because you don't want to break that wire, because then you'll have an annoying light on your dash. And one thing that isn't cool about the Yonaka coilovers is, I mean, you don't have any way of attaching this and hold your brake line up. You have no way of attaching unless you drill a hole into your fork, which is dumb. Don't do that. I mean, I'm sure they're plenty strong, but it just doesn't seem like the right thing to do. But other than that, like, you just kind of have your brake line just kind of flopping here, and I don't like that. It seems kind of sketchy, but maybe we get some one day we'll get some like steel braided lines to run from here to there, or you can just get a couple zip ties and zip tie them up. It's probably what I'm gonna do, is just grab a zip tie and zip tie it around the body of the coilover, but that'll probably be another time. Alright, so we're done. Top wheels are back on. I lowered the front 1.5 inches on both sides. I left the rear alone, but it's functional, you know. And this is a daily. I don't want it slammed. I just want it to be at a respectable ride height and still be drivable and usable every day. But that's it. Pretty simple. So we got the K-Tune control arms on. And while I was under there, I also noticed that the speed sensor wasn't plugged in, and that's why my speedometer wasn't working. So we'll give it a little rip in a minute and see if we fix that. But I rinsed it down a little bit because I didn't really wash it. I just kind of rinsed it off because dirt road and pollen is pollen season. That's probably why I sound the way I sound. But she's a nice little daily. She's fun. It reminds me of the one I had when I was like, I bought one when I was 17 and I loved it. But so that's the exhaust off of my Tahoe. But inside of this box is, let's see if you can see it, chassis shop. That's the roll cage for this car. It's a prefab roll cage. We just, you know, weld it together. So we'll be doing some more weight reduction. The car is already cut, but we're going to be cutting some more, cleaning it up, and beginning to weld in the roll cage in an upcoming video. Just, as I said, I'm on a shutdown right now, so I'm like working like, I don't know how many nights in a row it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot. That car's pretty. I don't know how many nights in a row, so I just haven't had time to even mess with any of this. But we will be getting around to it soon. And we'll be finishing the shop, putting walls on it. And we have some more stuff coming for that car too, just to make it a nice, simple, clean, fun daily driver. I haven't figured out a name for it yet, so you know, this is Anne's Revenge. We need some type of piratey name for that. I might just let my kids name it. I don't know. But so if you want to see more on the Integra, more on the Civic, just give me give us a follow, like, subscribe. I'll be making separate playlists for both cars. That way all the videos for each car is, you know, together. And I filmed this one on my phone. My GoPro's inside and it's dead, and it's really early in the morning, and my family hasn't really woke up yet. So like I said, I just got off work, came home to fix that car so that I can, you know, actually drive it without fearing that it's gonna run off the road and become uncontrollable. But anyway, if you want to see more on the Integra and you want to see more on the Civic, which is going to be, you know, the Civic is going to take forever to actually build and finish before it ever sees the track. But that's why I got the Integra, something fun that I could daily drive, because, you know, that's supposed to be my daily driver, and it's been on jack stands for months. It's almost finished, but I needed a daily, so I got a daily. But I also wanted something fun that I could mess with and one day give to my kids. So that's what the Integra's for. But if you want to see more on it, like, we'll do some, mostly, we're going to keep it mostly stock, pretty tame, reliable, but we're going to do some, you know, some cosmetic mods and some suspension mods and a little bit a small amount of performance just to give us a little bit of grunt, but mostly just gonna keep it reliable. This Civic, this is gonna be the race car, and it's gonna take months and months, if not years, before it's actually finished. But there's more coming for it. I'm not replacing it with the Integra. That's not what we're doing. This is the one that's supposed to be fast, you know. But we're gonna, I mean, there's more. If you want to see more on either car, just give us a subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. You can follow both builds. Let me know what you think. I mean, I go in the right direction with the Integra, using, like, you know, good quality parts instead of I'm trying to make that a mix of budget and reliability. So some parts are going to be more expensive than others, but I got the K-tuned arms because I want a spherical bushings, and I like the K-tune brand. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you think. We'll see you in the next video.